Number 7 question in criminal law in past bar exam 2024. The MBL Times is a daily newspaper with printed and online publications. Harvey, a newspaper reporter, wrote an article that Mike is a scammer and a womanizer. The article was published on both printed and online editions of MBL Times. On the same day, Mike filed two separate criminal complaints against Harvey for libel in Article 353 of the Revised Penal Code and cyber libel under Section 4C, Paragraph 4 of Republic Act Number 10175 or Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Harvey countered that he can only be prosecuted of two counts of libel under Revised Penal Code and Republic Act Number 10175. Explain. Answer, yes. Harvey can be prosecuted of two counts of libel under Revised Penal Code and Republic Act Number 10175. Petitioner Tolpo reported on the alleged illegal activities of Attorney So in the exercise of his public functions. Our libel laws must not be broadly construed as to deter comments on public affairs and the conduct of public officials. Such comments are made in the exercise of the fundamental right to freedom of expression in the press. Public officers are accountable to the people and must serve them with utmost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency, act with patriotism and justice, and lead modest lives. Speech that guards against abuses of those in public office should be encouraged. Petitioner Tulfo should be acquitted. Tulfo versus People 967 Scrap 415, jar number 187,113, jar number 187,230, January 11, 2021. In Bobby Nelsaro versus Ramon Miguel Osmeña, the court cited the Supreme Court ruling in the case of Jose Jesus M. Dicini Jr. et al. Versus the Secretary of Justice et al. On the determination of the constitutionality of RA 10175, particularly Section 7 thereof, the High Tribunal ruled that online libel is different. There should be no question that it published material on print said to be libelous is again posted online, or vice versa, that identical material cannot be the subject of two separate libels. The two offenses, one violation of Article 353 of the Revised Penal Code, and the other a violation of Section 4C, Paragraph 4 of RA 175 involved essentially the same elements and are in fact, one in the same offense. Indeed, the OSG itself claims that online libel under Section 4, Paragraph C, Paragraph 4 of RA 10175 involved essentially the same offense. Indeed, the OSG itself claims that online libel under Section 4C, Paragraph 4 is not new crime but is one already punished under Article 353, Section 4, Paragraph C, Paragraph 4. Merely establishes the computer system as another means of publication. Charging the offender under both laws could be a blatant violation of the prescription against double jeopardy. Section 4C, Paragraph 4 of Republic Act Number 10175, an act defining cybercrime providing for the prevention, investigation, suppression, and the imposition of penalties therefore, and for other purposes states, Section 4, cybercrime offenses, the following acts constitutes the offense of cybercrime, punishable under this act. C. Content-related offenses. 4. Libel, the unlawful or prohibited acts of libel as defined in Article 355 of the Revised Penal Code as amended, committed through a computer system or any other similar or computer system or any other similar means which may be devised in the future. Article 353 definition of libel. A libel is a public and malicious imputation of a crime or of a vice defect, merely real or imaginary, or any act, commission, condition, status, or circumstance leading to cause dishonor, discredit, and contempt of a natural or juridical person, or to blacken the memory of one who is dead. Article 355 libel by means of writings or similar means. A libel committed by means of writing, printed, lithography, engraving, radio, phonograph, painting, theatrical exhibition, cinematographic exhibition, or any similar means shall be punished by prison correctional in its minimum and medium periods or a fine ranging from 200 to 6,000 pesos or both. In addition to the civil action which may be brought by the offended party. So that's our answer for number 7 question. So let's continue to number 8. Sign brought a toy gun which is a replica of 9mm pistol. Sign went inside the convenience store and pointed the imitation firearm to the security guard and the cashier who both dropped to the ground. Zain took all the money from the cash register. The police arrested Zain and charged him with robbery with intimidation of persons. At the trial, Zain argued that he is liable for theft because the toy gun cannot hurt or intimidate the security guard and the cashier. Is Zain criminally liable for robbery or theft? Explain. Answer, yes. Zain is criminally liable of robbery. In the people of the state of Illinois versus Ricky Skelton, 83 3 2D 58 1980 414 in 2D 455, it states, there is general agreement that one who puts his victim in fear by the use of toy gun or the simulation of a gun may be convicted or an armed robbery. Annotation 81 ELR 3D 1006 10/10/1977. Further, the appellate court correctly held defendant could not be found guilty of armed robbery. Its judgments reversing and remanding for entry of judgment and sentence on simple robbery is affirmed. Judgment affirmed. Intent to rob is an internal act, but best may be inferred from proof of violent and unlawful taking of personal property. When the when the fact of exportation has been established, victim reasonable doubt conviction of the accused is justified even if the property subject of robbery is not presented in court. People versus Bakyaan et al. JR number 238,547, September 18, 2019. Article 293, who are guilty of robbery. Any person who with intent to gain shall take any personal property belonging to another by means of violence against or intimidation of any person, or using force upon anything shall be guilty of robbery. Article 294, robbery with violence against intimidation of persons penalties. Any person guilty of robbery with the use of violence against or intimidation of any person shall suffer 1. The penalty of reclusion perpetua to death, when by reason or on occasion of the robbery, the crime of homicide shall have been committed, or when the robbery shall have been accompanied by rape, or intentional mutilation, or arson. 2. The penalty of reclusion temporal in its medium period to reclusion perpetua, when or if by reason or on occasion of such robbery, any of the physical injuries penalized in subdivision 1 of Article 263 shall have been inflicted. 3. The penalty of reclusion temporal, when by reason or on occasion of robbery, any of the physical injuries penalized in subdivision 2 of the article mentioned in the next preceding paragraph shall have been inflicted. 4. The penalty of prison mayor in its maximum period to reclusion temporal in its medium period, if the violence or intimidation employed in the commission of the robbery shall have been carried to a degree clearly unnecessary for the commission of the crime, or where or when in the course of its execution the offender shall have inflicted upon any person not responsible for its commission any of the physical injuries covered by the subdivision 3 and 4 of said Article 263. 5. The penalty of prison correctional in its maximum period to prison mayor in its medium period in other case, as amended by Republic Act number 7659. So that's it. That's our answer for number 7 and 8 question in criminal law in the bar exam 2024. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. God bless, and good day.